process.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There are so many accelerators, incubators जो इस बात पे बड़े खुश हैं, and they proudly report कि so many of ideas जो वहाँ पे जिनकी birth होती है या incubate होते हैं वो they win the seed money. And what happens after that? I mean, I know that in the Silicon Valley, many ideas will crash and burn. लेकिन हमने क्या उसको excuse ही नहीं बना लिया? There's so many ideas that get the seed money, but they're not taking off. What's going on?
So I'm going to be almost controversial here and just say it. 2021 is essentially when most of these startups that we think of when we think of money came out, right? And you had this 1 year where Pakistan was just being thrown money at. And, rounds were huge. And that was happening, right? If you look at things historically before that and you think about local startups, aapko ek baikiya yaad aayega, ek cheete yaad aa jayega. Ek maybe dawai yaad aa jayega, but pre-2021, those are the names that I can think of. And after that, again, you've probably had 2 or 3 new startups come out since last summer, I'd say. And in the middle, you had this whole time period where if you're a Pakistani founder, and if you worked at even maybe one of these 4 other companies that are famous here, you can raise a round overnight, right? And that's when we've seen this happen. Now, I want to talk about timing. Right? Because globally, if you look at any successful tech company, be that Amazon, be that Uber, you've seen that happen over 7, 8, 10 years, right? And the failures that we talk about all happened very, very quickly, right? Or
Crash
companies,
and burn.
Right. And the ones that we expected even to do well, I don't think they were given that sort of time to do it, right? I'm going to talk about the company that's closest to my heart, and I'm going to talk about Swivel. I keep hearing how we failed. 2019 is when Swivel started. 2020...
Early 2020 is when COVID hit.
Early 2020 is when COVID hit, right? So they had a few operational months. We had to sit tight for the next 1.5 because obviously we weren't allowed to operate.
Smart lockdowns से बहुत एक uncertain situation थी ना.
And then we had 1 year. And in that 1 year, if we talk about Pakistan, the business skyrocketed. We beat every other market out there. We beat Egypt, which was Swivel's first and original market, right? And this happened just from bookings, from GMV, from any sort of KPI that you look at. And unfortunately, we sitting here couldn't control what would happen in Russia and Ukraine.
But tell me something.